Hey guys, it's Miss Landry, and today this lesson is about split brain research. And this has to do with the corpus callosum and your two brain hemispheres. So if you take a look at this picture, okay, you can see the eyes are, let me get my pen. You can see the eyes are right there. So we have the left side and the right side of the brain. Over here, we have the right visual field. That's what that's saying right there. And the left visual field over here. So what happens in split brain surgery is they actually slice apart the hemispheres. Okay, so the hemispheres can no longer talk to each other. And they do this for a number of reasons. The main one is epilepsy. It's actually been quite successful in reducing epileptic seizures. But let's take a look at what some of the effects are. So as the vision enters, let me get red. We're going to go from the right visual field to start. As the right visual field enters the eye, it follows the optic nerve into the left part of the brain. Now, the left visual field is going to enter into the eye, and it's going to cross on the optic nerve over to the right side. This occurs before the split. So the visual field goes to the opposite hemisphere. And this occurs automatically. So it doesn't matter if the corpus callosum is cut. Now what happens though is that whatever your brain recognizes, it can't talk to the different sides once you've seen what you've seen. So for example, let's say that I saw a picture of a cat. Of course, I'm going to do a cat, right? That looks more like a pig. But let's say in your right visual field, a picture of a cat comes in and it crosses over to the left side. There's going to be no effect because your left side has your language processing. So you will be able to identify and say, yes, I saw a cat. But now if we let's put, I don't know, we'll do a pig since that kind of looked like a pig. Okay, so we'll put a pig over here. And your left visual field crosses it over to the right. Now your brain knows it saw a pig. It's there, it's in the right hemisphere. The problem is your brain cannot send that information over to the language processing side to be able to say what you saw. This takes some time to understand, and I get that. This is difficult. So let's do this another way. If you have, so let's say that you have had your corpus callosum cut, and here is, oops, gotta get the pen. Here is something I gave you to look at, and we have a center dot that you can stare at, and I give you the word sun devil, okay? And you're looking at it from here. Here's your eyes, all right? And here's what will happen. So the word devil, you will see that, and it will come in and cross over to the left side of the brain. If someone asked you what you saw, you would say devil. Now, the sun portion would come in, and it would cross over to the right side of the brain. If someone asked you what you saw on that side, you would say nothing, because your brain was not able to send it over to the language side where it could tell you what it was. However, and here's the cool thing, I think this is so cool. If I ask you to draw what you saw with your left hand, guess what you would draw? You would draw a sun. Because your brain knows it saw the sun, but you cannot identify it through language. In addition, if I gave you like a multiple choice thing, and I had like sun, cloud, cat, whatever, you with your left hand, because remember, it's the right side of your body that controls the left hand, it would point out sun. Now, if you tried to do that with your right hand, you wouldn't be able to. I'm sorry, with your left hand. Did I get that backwards? See, this is hard. Yes, with your right hand, you would not be able to because the right is controlled by the left. So we're going to practice this a little bit. So don't worry if this is really confusing. This is probably one of the harder topics to understand, but it is important and it is always a question on the AP test. So we're going to practice this together. Just as a summary, just know what is cut in split brain surgery, and that is the corpus callosum. You need to be able to describe how the visual field is, it switches sides as it comes into the brain. And you need to explain that you cannot have the two hemispheres communicate and what effect that would have if you were asking them to identify what they saw. So that's it for this video. There's another one coming up that will actually show a person with split brain surgery, and you'll be able to see the effect as he's asked to draw different things. Thanks, guys.